We're gonna be joined by our friends today. So, funny story. I was literally just in the middle of making tea. My tea is right here, if you were curious. Just to prove that I'm not lying about making tea. When I decided to check Instagram and saw someone mention Black Christmas. And not any of the Black Christmas movies that I'm familiar with. I had no idea that they were remaking Black Christmas again. For those of you who don't know anything about the Black Christmas franchise, series, movies? Let's go with movies, that's safe. For those of you who don't know anything about Black Christmas, the original Black Christmas was released, I believe, in 1974. If I'm wrong, then I'll put the actual date somewhere on the screen here. It was made in Canada originally. It was one of the very original slasher movies. Like, before Texas Chainsaw Massacre, before Halloween. It was the one that basically started it all, kind of, sort of. It was a huge inspiration to Halloween, especially. John Carpenter admitted that Michael Myers was based quite heavily on the character of Billy. It's not quite as simple as that. There are several other movies that also inspired the slasher genre, like Psycho, obviously Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a whole big history, but Black Christmas did play a big part in building the slasher genre. It was remade in 2004, I want to say. I could be wrong. Early 2000s anyway. I'll put the actual date somewhere on the screen here. And when it was remade, it was altered quite a bit. The mystery of who Billy is was taken out of the remake. It was a lot gorier, it was a lot grittier, a lot more disgusting. I don't hate the remake, like the original remake, the first remake. I think that it has some really memorable scenes, like the skin cookie bit. So that's my background with Black Christmas, is I'm aware of the original movies. I think the first movie is a masterpiece. The remake, not so much, but it is fun. So, as of about 15 minutes ago, I found out that they're remaking it. Again. You know that scene from the Avengers where they ask Tony Stark when he became an expert on something and he just replies with "last night"? That's kind of how I feel about this remake, is I literally just read up as much as I could while I was making my tea. And there really isn't a whole lot to, know about it yet. It was made by Blumhouse. I also learned that Carrie Elways is in the movie, and is the only name that I actually recognize. To be fair, I'm not good with celebrities. I pretty much only know, cult classic horror actors. Carrie Elways is not one of those horror Oh, he was in Saw. Does that put him in the Horror Hall of Fame if he was in the first Saw movie? Anyway, point is, there's not a whole lot to know about the remake yet. They haven't released a whole lot. But they have released this trailer that I'm going to be watching right now. I do not have high hopes for this trailer because I'm looking at the like to dislike bar right now, and the dislike bar doesn't, overpower it, but it is pretty substantial. It's a pretty, uninspiring number down there. That might just be because it's a remake, and people have a thing against remakes on principle, right off the bat. So maybe this is gonna be fine, maybe people are just being biased, but let's check out the trailer and see.
It's my privilege to teach you this semester. Enjoy your winter breaks and Merry Christmas.
What's up, ladies? Excited for tonight?
It is our last day of our last fall semester of college ever!
It's pretty much what I expected, first of all. Lots of happy Christmas stuff.
Can you take a photo of all of us?
Of course.
Where's Helena?
She was pounding vodka sodas earlier, but she looked really good.
We shouldn't have let her go back by herself. She's fine. Come on, live a little.
Is that supposed to be Billy? Okay, good. Good. It was a fake out.
Eleanor hasn't gotten home yet.
If I were missing, I'd want you to unleash the bloodhounds and track me down.
She was at DKO last night.
Still creating
Oh, are we
problems,
gonna
all right?
introduce an evil sorority
Hello?
angle to all of this?
Hello?
Because I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm worried that something bad happened.
It's winter break. Could just be a delay of some sort. Snow.
My friend is missing.
9 times out of 10, the girl's just with a boyfriend.
I will bring you.
Okay, I don't know if I like the idea of replacing the calls with texts. There was something much creepier about actually hearing his voice in the original movie. Just getting creepy texts is like a normal Tuesday for me.
What the? This can't be real.
This school has 200 years of history. Many
Fuck, they are
sacrifices have been made
introducing a evil
to keep our
sorority
traditions
angle.
alive.
You're all insane.
Also, I don't need to watch the movie now because I just got found out the end.
I'm tired of hiding.
So there is no Billy, it's just an evil sorority?
Ho, 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 bitch. You messed with the wrong sisters.
Okay. So I do want to make sure that I say that on principle, I have nothing against the idea of Black Christmas being remade, especially right now. The original Black Christmas was made in the 70s, and it was very much responding to a new culture around sexuality. The issue of abortion figured quite heavily in the plot. And there was this whole, like, free love, like, what is okay, what isn't sort of angle, which did end up getting, like, taken up by other slasher movies in questionable ways, but we're not talking about that right now. The point is, Black Christmas was responding to a different culture around sexuality. And that made sense for the time period that it came out. The remake came out in a time, like the original remake, the first remake, came out in a time when we weren't really talking about that all that much, so all of those themes were kind of taken out of that one. We're talking about sex again. Issues around free love, sexuality, who can sleep with who, how, why, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Those are topics that are in our current cultural climate. So there is a way that a remake for Black Christmas could be made right now, and could be made cultural commentary, could be made very intelligently. There's a lot that can be done with the issue of sexuality nowadays. I just don't trust this movie to be smart enough to actually do that. I feel like it's just gonna be a normal, dumb slasher movie, and that's about it. I have zero hope. From what I've seen, I have no reason to think that this movie has any intelligence. Also, I know that the slasher angle has been done to death nowadays, and that people are a little bit tired of seeing slasher villains. But replacing Billy with an evil sorority? Isn't that a little tired? And also, like, who is that for? 'Cause fans of the original movie are gonna see that, and they're gonna be like, why, where's Billy? Like, say what you want about the approach that the first remake took, with making Billy less mysterious, actually having his face on screen, making him more brutal, blah-de-blah-de-blah, giving him a backstory, all that stuff. Say what you want about that, that was disappointing, but at least it was fucking Billy. Is Billy gonna be a member of this sorority? Like, also, question, why is it, like, the evil guy sorority versus the good, like, girl sorority? Gender politics did enter into the original movie, but I feel like it was more intelligent than just, like, men bad, women good. Like, what is happening? Where are we? What? I'm so confused, and I don't know if I'm gonna watch this movie, because I have to. Why do I have to? Why does it seem like remakes cannot capture the intelligence of the first movie? It was an intelligent movie that talked about the issues of the day. Why is it that none of the remakes have been able to capture that? Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this bitch fest. I hope that you enjoyed this trailer, because I hope someone did. I mean, to be fair, as much as the dislike bar was alarmingly large, the like bar was still larger. Like, it seems like more people are hopeful about this trailer than I am. So hopefully people are seeing something that I'm not. Hopefully the movie's good, because I'm gonna watch it no matter what, and I don't want to be disappointed, so fingers crossed. Hopefully it's a good movie. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure to like this video, not for me, but for this boy, for this sleepy boy over here. He needs love more than I do. My heart is cold, but his isn't, so like this video for him, okay? Subscribe to the channel, again, for him. Join me later for more horror content, and on that note, I will see you guys next time. Love you!